So welcome to Adventures with the Craft Nerd. Today we are making springtime pop-up cards because the weather is finally catching up to the season. So I'm going to start off with reading to you a little bit about the history of pop-up cards. If you did not know, in 1860, Luther Meggendorfer, which I'm probably butchering the last name, was an entrepreneur who took advantage of the recent capabilities in the German printing industry. He was known for making books with pages that unfolded into panoramas, pop-ups, and mechanical pull tabs. The Victorian era saw to the growth of the pop-up card industry and paper dolls. Cards were developed that featured hand painting, ribbon, open shutters, and doors revealed second layers and rivets for support in mechanical motion. Pop-up cards became harder to find after World War I and World War II. According to pop-up enthusiast and collector Taylor Haggerty, paper-engineered cards enjoyed a rebirth during the 1980s when Japanese origami became popular. Today, finding a handmade vintage pop-up card is a treasure. So, that's the inspiration for this craft today. So a few things that you will need is cardstock, a large piece. I'm using yellow paper. You're going to need two other colors. I'm using a green and then a red, two little swatches, and you're going to need scissors. You're going to need a paintbrush for your paper cement, which is the adhesive that I'm using. You could use tape or you could use another type of glue or whatnot, but in my opinion, paper cement works best. And use a paintbrush that you're not too attached to, because the paper cement tends to ruin the bristles. So this is an example of what we're going to be making, and it's pretty simple. It's a spring pop-up card. So let's get started by taking our yellow paper and folding it in half like a hamburger, and then folding it for the second time so we have like a card. Alright, so now we're going to unfold that, got the creases there, and we're going to cut our card stock in half. Alright, once that is done, we are going to take one of the halves, fold it in half down the crease that we made earlier, and we're going to draw slits. Now, you can see, I'm just doing 3 slits because I want to do 3 flowers for this example. So I did 2 lines, space, 2 lines, space, 2 lines, space. Now we're going to cut on those lines. Like so. And then we're going to open it up. And then we're going to push those slits that we just made out. Now this is the little tricky part, but we're going to make these kind of step looking things. So if you can see, this is what it looks like so far. And now we're going to crease that so that it stays and stands up when we open it. So we're going to fold it back over like so. So we have these kind of like steps. And what we're going to do is, in advance, I cut out the stems of my flowers. So if you want to do that now, feel free to cut out some stems to flowers and some tops to your tulips to create a flower. So I'm going to take my paper cement and I'm gonna dab my my paintbrush in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of paper cement on the back of this. A little bit goes a long way with paper cement, so don't use too much. And then we're gonna put the flower stem on one of the little ledges that we just created. We're going to let that dry. We're going to do that to the other ones. Take our stem, we take the rubber cement, put a little rubber cement on the back, stick it to, perfect. I put a little bit of the rubber cement on the front of this stem, but it should dry really quickly and it shouldn't matter. And I'm putting some more rubber cement on the other guy. Now we're going to put the heads of our tulips on the flower stems. Just a little bit of rubber cement on the back. Make sure to give this time to dry. Alright, now we are almost done. We're going to let that dry a bit. But the next step would be to take the other piece of paper, the other piece of yellow cardstock that we didn't use yet, and place it behind the pop-up card, the other cardstock that we have our pop-ups on, so that you don't see the white, like without it. It looks a little less professional, but with it, I think it makes it more cohesive, and it hides the fact that it's a pop-up card, so it's like a surprise. So in that situation, we're gonna wait for it to totally dry, but we're gonna take our rubber cement and we're just gonna paint it on the back so that when we close this up on it, it adheres to the other sheet. So you're gonna do that for the top and the bottom. We're applying some more rubber cement and then adhering it. Alright, I think that's about it. And after, when you get to this stage, add whatever you want. You can add a little message to your friend. You can say, like, "Dear Sally, happy springtime, love, Lila." And there you go. This is one-of-a-kind springtime pop-up card. So thanks for watching The Craft Nerd. Stay tuned next time.